TV musings. Fall TV preview. Yes, I know it's not a preview because it's already happened, but this is the card I have. The Voice. The Voice. So The Voice season 5 started last night. Um, it's on twice a week. Oh my gosh. I don't know if it's always on twice a week, but I know I didn't realize because it's on two different channels here. It's on one CTV, which I get through my antenna, and CTV Two, which I do not get through my antenna, so I'll be watching the second episode online. Anyway, so The Voice, this wasn't part of my my fall preview for September because I don't know why. I didn't realize it was coming back so quickly because it was on in the summer. I'm not that familiar with the show, so for me this is kind of fun because I don't know how it works. I won't be able to predict probably anything. And yeah, so I'm actually really curious to hear other people's thoughts about the show. If you watch it, what you think about it, what you thought of the first episode. Love to hear all of that. Don't say anything about the second episode at least until Friday, the 27th of September, though, because I might not see it until then. But yeah, so it's okay. So from what I can gather, what I got, it's a it's a singing competition show, but the big thing is that the auditions are blind. The judges, the four judges, which are Adam Levine, CeeLo Green, Christina Aguilera, and Blake Shelton, they don't see the artist, they only hear the artist, and when they decide they want to be their coach, they press a button and their chair spins. It's very dramatic. It's actually it's a very dramatic show, but it's not overly dramatic like MasterChef, which was, I don't that show is just it's so over dramatic. I'm like, wow. So but anyway, I don't know why I would think of MasterChef anyway. So it's dramatic, but it's not crazy. One of the things I really like about the show is that it really maintains and appreciates all the contestants as artists. And when they're speaking to them after the judges, whether or not they decided to choose the person that they want to be their coach or they didn't do that, everyone treats them as the artist that they are. And I really appreciate it. And that totally won me over. So now I know I'm in for the season. I'm totally going to have to watch the season. And I love shows that have coaches. It's one of the reasons why I watched The Ultimate Fighter. Voice, The Ultimate Fighter. They're so similar. Because you get to see coaching in action, and in that you get to see people see and help other people become, a great version of themselves. It's a very supportive way of a supportive relationship and a really wonderful thing for people to do, to take people under their wing and to acknowledge them as an artist or a fighter, and help them achieve greatness. I really love that, and I really felt that when people, because if more than one judge presses the button and spins around, then they have to, the contestant gets to decide which person they want to be their coach. So that was really interesting to see the coaches sort of like fight over each other or egg on each other, or even if they're not in the running, have a voice into who should be their coach. And I actually think for most, with the exception of there was a girl that was obviously a country singer and who went with Blake, with the exception of that, I did not, and I think most of the people picked people I had no idea. But also I'm new to the show, so I wouldn't know why someone would pick, other than Christina Aguilera. She's the only person I'm actually like familiar with and like own and listen to their work, because I'm just not as familiar with the other people. But I definitely am going to have to go look them all up because I know CeeLo Green, he had one song on the New Moon album, but I'm not that song and him on the show. I'm having trouble gelling the two like experiences in one person, so I'm not sure what everyone seemed to want him too, so I'm not sure what that's about. So not that I'm saying that he wouldn't be a good coach, but what's the draw? Like everyone else sort of has, like I would understand why someone would go with Christina Aguilera, and and Blake or Adam. I get it because of the genre of music that they represent. but everyone wanted CeeLo, and everyone, all the judges kind of felt like, oh, if he turns around, they're gonna pick him. So interesting to see how that dynamic plays out throughout the auditions, because this one of the, and I love audition shows. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's one of the things and I love that they're not making fun of anyone ever, 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 ever. Like I find it's one of the things I got less interested in shows like So You Think You Can Dance, because they would often show people who, obviously, their dance skills aren't great and they're going to say no, and it's not as bad as some of the other the singing, some of the like America's Got Talent, and so not that one, there's another one, the Idol one, they're like the Canadian Idol even, and not that wasn't too bad. Anyway, I don't like when people make fun of people when they're trying to express themselves artistically. I don't tolerate that. I don't tolerate that. So I've stopped watching a lot of performing art shows, which sucks. I love the performing arts, Like I grew up dancing and singing and in drama classes, and I went to art school and I went to fashion, college. So like obviously the arts are really where my heart lies. So it's really nice to see, you know, shows representing the arts on TV. And so this show, I'm really liking it, really enjoying it. There's a lot of interesting people that have been chosen. I don't know how the show works though, because once the coaches pick people, then they go on the team. So there's Team Christina and Team Blake and Team CeeLo and Team Adam. But like, I don't know what happens. And there's like auditions for another like 2 or 3 weeks. And then do they perform in teams? Do they perform individually? Obviously one person wins at the end. And then like if all the people under a certain coach are gone, does that mean the coach is out? Does the coach win something? There's definitely some prestige because Blake's won 3 out of 4 seasons, so there was some interesting competition there on whether or not you should go with him because your chances are good, or getting more than 3 in a row isn't likely, so you should not. So it's funny to see them sort of like go at each other for that kind of stuff. Anyway, but it's on twice a week and 2 hours, so each night, at least for the auditions. And there's at least 5 audition episodes. But I love that they're blind. I love hearing the people sing. I love hearing their stories. And it's just been really, really great. I didn't know that sometimes they show people that don't get picked, but even in those situations, everyone's very supportive, and often encourages them to come back. And really earnestly, I thought really earnestly, thought that they, either could improve and come back, or like, oh my gosh, I should have hit the button. I'm sorry, please come back. Like those kinds of things. And the people were great. Like it just was really great. So anyway, I'm loving it. I'm watching it. I'm really excited about it. And it's funny. I think it's really funny because I really don't know the judges that well at all. The only person I have any familiarity with really is Christina Aguilera, and that's because, well, she's huge, obviously. But mostly I remember her so much because I used to live 1 block north. I live in Toronto, and I used to live 1 block north of Much Music, which is big music station, TV station here. And they used to have lots of live performances. And I was at home one day, and she came out at the same time as sort of Britney Spears and Shakira. It was they were all soon after each other, so much so that I originally it was hard to sort of differentiate who is who when they were all very new. It was, obviously now we all know who's who, but it's one of those things, comes in trends. Sometimes it takes a while to settle. But anyway, so I was home at one day and I just heard this voice just being belted out, and it just went through the entire building. I could not believe it. Crystal clear, powerful but not strained, just extraordinary. And I was just like, who is this woman? She is amazing. And it was Christina Aguilera. So ever since then, I've been a fan. I think she's a great artist, and I'm really looking forward to checking out the other coaches as well, because it's fun, right? To learn more. So anyway, I'm very curious. Do you watch The Voice? Are you interested in The Voice? Are you gonna try and dive in? For me, I do sometimes like to take on a new show. I watch a lot of different stuff, and if I've seen if I'm as I mentioned in my Survivor video, there's been it's the 27th season. There are patterns in Survivor that you can see a mile away that other people can see. I can't figure them out because I've only watched probably maybe 7 seasons, so I can't figure them out. So for me, it's nice to see a new show, different format, different energy, and so far I found this one remarkably positive and treats the people as artists. And also, I don't hear a lot of music. Like, I love music, but I don't. Like, I'm very involved in, like, I've been very involved in the film world, in the TV world, and in the book world, but the music world, I'm like years behind. Like, I maybe buy 2 albums a year, and they're usually soundtracks. And then, like, I just don't know. So getting to see shows that have music inspires me to go look at artists and see what they're, what they're about and what they're singing these days, and that's all good stuff, right? So, it's good, right? So anyway, that's my thoughts on the season 5 premiere of The Voice. Thanks so much for watching. And folks that do watch and love my channel for film stuff, I'm sorry, I just really haven't been super inspired to watch any movies. I did watch something recently. I watched The Countess for an upcoming episode of Before the Dawn. It's a period piece by Judy Delpy about a woman, a historical Hungarian story about a countess who bathes in virgin blood. So, like, I am watching some stuff these days, and that'll be up next week at beforethedawn.ca, but I haven't been super in movie mode, so I do apologize for that. I gotta go with the energy, and right now I've been pretty excited about TV. So I thought instead of not sharing anything at all, I would share some thoughts on TV. So I hope everyone's okay with that. Thanks so much for watching.